Okay, we're gonna go ahead and discuss certain elements of this week's video, and just we're gonna play with word choice. What can we do with these certain sentences? The first one, and it might actually help you to have the video up. You don't have to, but you might want to have the video up on another device or something like that if that's possible. At 17 seconds. Sorry, here we go. I'm going to copy sign hers, so forgive me, but here she signs. That weekend, talking about her teaching of the Deafhood course, her first teaching of the Deafhood 101 course, that weekend, she signs weekend a little bit different. Yeah, she signs weekend like this. Interesting. Anyway, that weekend, this, okay, teaching, okay, that's all we're going to talk about right now. So she's reflecting on teaching that her first Deafhood 101 course, and she signs. Okay, how can we voice, first of all, what is she saying in your own words? Just what do you think she's trying to say regarding this teaching this course? In English, you can unmute your screen and just tell me in English what, in your own words, what you think she means, what she's trying to say.
I think that weekend is when she really just.
Oh, hold on one second, Deb. Hold that thought. Daniqua, what were you saying?
No, I just think that weekend she really got into teaching. She really got into it.
Think of it, so right now it seems like you're fixating on this sign. That sign is like, that's kind of, you can't get away from that sign. Think about the whole thing with regard to teaching the class, and the whole sentence is, again, I'm not saying that you were incorrect in saying that. I just think that, I get the feeling that you were a little bit too hung up on this sign rather than the whole message. Deb, what were you thinking?
Very in depth.
You broke off.
I'm feeling like she's like.
Yeah, I can't hear you. Try it one more time.
In depth.
I want you to tell me in your own words what her intent is to say that whole phrase, and I'll sign it again. The whole phrase is, that weekend, me. Okay, that whole phrase, what do you think she means? Daniqua was definitely on the right track. I just want to make sure that you're releasing form, that you're not thinking, how do I voice this one sign? But just, why is she saying that? What does she mean? What is she trying to get at? She just talks about teaching Deafhood 101 and how it was a great experience. And she's about to talk about how not only how she started reflecting on all sorts of other things. She was reflecting. So what does she mean by just that chunk? Why is she saying that?
Well, I got it. Something significantly happened that weekend that kind of changed. I'm trying to say, it's like this is the same thing that happens to me when I'm voicing. Like, I get it, but it's hard to get it out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's a change necessarily. I think it's more, I think maybe we're all maybe thinking a little bit deeper than what it even is. This is sort of like this phrase is sort of like a transition to her going into reflecting on her past and about how, I mean, it was a very, very intensely emotional thing for her, going through this whole process. So that phrase is sort of like a transition into the, the deeper elements of her teaching this course. So how can we sort of phrase that transition? I'm going to try to get it out of you one more time, and then I'll try to offer some assistance.
Is she just trying to say that that weekend's teaching experience was amazing?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, exactly. That's all she's saying. It was amazing. It was intense. It was, and even amazing might not be as strong of a word as we could even use, because the combination of this with this maybe is more like this is a deeper sign. So maybe even, what was that, Deb?
What is that sign? When she
Oh,
goes like, I mean, can you give me like?
This sign is glossed usually as immerse in, to dive into, to
Okay.
something along those lines. So what she's using this to mean that that the experience of teaching this class was incredibly deep, powerful, impactful, that kind of thing. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's move on to the next one. At 42 seconds, she's in the middle of kind of talking about how she's kind of going backwards now in her story, and how deafhood had existed, the deafhood course had existed, the movement had started, but she lived in the mountains, and she signs, and so she wasn't exposed to it all at that point, at the beginning. And so she signs, okay? She uses this sign, the old sign for computer, in case you're wondering what this sign is. So she signs, I'll gloss it. That time, live in mountain, online, computer, and then she uses that sign, okay? What do you guys think she means by that sentence?
Didn't have a lot of technology up in the mountains where I lived.
Great, that's good. That's a good way to put that. Technology. You might even want to be more specific. She might have had a whole music studio that she has, so she may have had tons of, it's unlikely. She may have had tons of technology. She's specifically talking about this kind of technology. So maybe be a little bit more specific. Try it one more time. Yeah. You were right there, but let's just choose just that word a little bit more specific. Oh, sign it again? Oh, okay. You were right there. Just be more specific, because she's not saying like technology, electric. She's not saying that. She's specifically saying
that record, like,
this is the sign for computer. This is the sign for computer.
Oh, computer.
Yeah, this is the sign computer. It's an old sign for computer. Yeah.
Right.
I sign computer. Most people sign computer now.
At that time when I lived in the mountains, I didn't even have a computer.
Okay, so if she didn't have a computer, what would she have signed?
Mm-hmm.
Well, how would you sign I don't have a computer? Yeah, computer, or computer, not have, right? Or I'll do it her way. Computer, maybe, right? No computer, or computer. But she uses this sign. What does this sign mean?
She uses this sign, so that means there's not enough computers, or there wasn't a lot of computers.
Okay, I think we're definitely on getting closer. So she signs computer, internet. Anybody else have another thought? We're really, really close, but we're not not yet.
I went with something like
We're connected to the web.
Oh, hang on. You have a delay, Deb, and I know you're not doing it intentionally, but you just hold on 1 second. Jackie?
Something like her internet connectivity or internet accessibility was sketchy.
Yes, she's talking about the internet. She's talking about the internet. Yes. Was that what you were going to say, Deb? Yes, it's definitely internet related. Yes, absolutely. Internet was shoddy, sketchy, spotty. Yes, absolutely. So, and the reason why we know it's that is, I mean, if we really think, how would, I keep signing in my way, sorry. How would she sign she had no computer? Computer, don't have, none, right? But this sign of like scarcity is more talking about the internet aspect of the computer. The internet aspect of the computer is this, which means scarce, not enough of. And this sign is often used regarding money, but can mean any other sort of scarcity, including internet connectivity. Yeah. Deb, question? Okay, Daniqua?
Yes. No. Me?
She did sign internet.
So I thought about.
Internet. She signed internet.
I thought it was like.
Sorry,
I didn't mean to be confusing. Like in the actual video itself.
Stop talking.
Hold on one second. Let me ask Deb. Hold on one second, Daniqua. Deb, what was your question? Just wait for a second for Deb. I know she has a delay. Deb, put your sound on. There's no way for me to read your signs. I saw internet related to something.
I'm out in Prescott, Arizona, and so I have sparse internet connection out here as well. So that's what I was thinking. It was like there, the connectivity. I don't know. That's right.
Even that would be, yeah, sparse, lousy. Yep, absolutely. All those kinds, those words would have worked. Absolutely. Yep. Yeah, I lived in the mountains then. A lot of times we see something like that time, and we have to say at that time. She signed that time. I have to say that time. But you could also say I lived in the mountains then, and the internet connectivity was poor, lousy. Okay. Daniqua, did I answer your question or no?
I'm gonna voice that. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Is it a stupid question to ask? Like she didn't sign internet. So how would you?
She does sign internet. No, she signs it. She signs internet.
The woman on the video does? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's probably because the signs are similar. Let me find it in here, and I'll see if I can copy it as close as I can. 42 seconds. 42, 42, 42. It's the first thing she signs. She signed internet, computers right after each other. Internet, computers. So all three of those signs are kind of similar, exact same hand shape. Internet, computers. So that might have just blurred all together for you. Yeah, makes sense. Any other questions about that section? Okay. I'm going to skip this one because that's a tricky one. Let's do, I love this one. At 2:38. At 2:38, she is talking about her experience with the Deafhood Foundation. I'm trying to remember exactly what she's talking about here. And she says that the lead up to the sentence that I'm proposing is plus one big, sorry. Deb, can you put your video back on mute, please? It's just that any sound that happens, your picture comes up full screen for the audience. And then she says, plus one big important what I notice, and this is where the part, this is the part I'm talking about. She signs, I notice, caught, okay? A lot in there, but I'm gonna do it again. This time I'm gonna have my voice on and gloss it for you, okay? She says, so she leads up to it saying, but one big thing, okay? I caught, connect with, understand, yes, that. She fingerspells spirituality and then signs spirit, same thing, spirituality, okay? Heart of deafhood have. That's the whole sentence, okay? What do you think she means by that? Talk it out in your own words, that whole idea of, I'm there in this deafhood course and all this, oh, I don't need to, I have to stop talking, I'm gonna give it away. But then this happened, and then this happened, and I'm like, yes, that's what it is, that's what it is. And then she fingerspells spirituality and then signs it. Heart of deafhood have. By the way, while you guys are pondering that, I've been signing deafhood, and I notice it seems that more people are signing deafhood, which comes from deaf soul, not deaf instinct, which actually makes more sense. So all of you, I've told you wrong. I think I've told you wrong. So tell all your friends, soul, not instinct. Okay, Jackie?
I think she's saying that during this course, it dawned on her that one key component, one significant component of deafhood that they hadn't talked about so far was spirituality.
Yes. There's only one thing I would want to add to that. I love dawned on. I love dawned on. I suddenly realized, but dawned on her is a fantastic choice of words. What you just said there was, I'm paraphrasing, that it suddenly dawned on her that a significant component of deafhood was spirituality, okay? I want to add one thing, because that feeling is missing from that interpretation. How can you just add that little itty bitty, what is that? Like, it dawned on me that a significant part of deafhood is spirituality. Is very academic sounding, but there's no connection between her and that experience, that realization. How do we connect those feelings to her? Anybody else can chime in too if you have any ideas. Because we are right there, we're so close. It dawned on her, she's saying, I'll do it actually as if I was voicing. It dawned on me that a significant element of deafhood is spirituality. How do we put this in there? Go ahead, Jackie.
I was excited to realize that one significant component of another significant component of deafhood is spirituality.
Yes, but even a little bit more than that, because this is something. This is.
So I don't know. It's like, did she make a connection?
Nicole, where are we at?
We are at 2:38 in the video. 2:38. You're following along in the video?
Yeah.
That might be, are you, she's not gonna be able to hear me, never mind. So this, what were you saying for that, Jackie? I'm sorry.
I was so excited when I realized that there was another component of deafhood, spirituality.
So the reality of this whole discussion is that even your first interpretation of this, if you were interpreting it cold and it came out like that, I would be like, golden, right? I mean, really. we are adding these extra little layers of nuance in there to really match her meaning as closely as possible. And this idea of that deathhood resonated with her, this feeling of connection. It dawned on me that deathhood resonated with me because it had this component. She's a yogi. She's, you know, like this is her sign name. Like she's one of those probably, you know, I love those kind of yogi spiritual people. And so it makes sense that she goes to this deathhood thing. She realizes, oh, this is why I've made, if you want to even voice it closer to form, you know, this is why I've made such a connection with this concept, because there's an element of spirituality there. It resonates with me because of the spirituality component. Yeah.
So her connection is with deathhood. The connection piece, she's talking about connection with deathhood.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Spirituality. I don't know if this is a widespread accepted sign for spirituality. It's certainly a sign that means spirit, or even ghost. So I would think, you probably noted that in her video, she does, although she has some amazing depiction in there, she has also a ton of English. She has a strong English base. And so this may come from that English base. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. If I really had to interpret the concept of spirituality, I would not use this sign, if I'm going to be totally honest. But that's definitely what she means by that usage of it in this video. Okay. This is a really short one. At 3:05, she signs just that. What does she mean by that? Right after that, she goes into, okay, that's a good question. She's talking about still being in deathhood. I think she's talking about not teaching it, but actually her class, when she was involved in the class herself, how it's, oh, I almost said something. Let me just find it in the video. I don't want to give anything away that she doesn't say. Oh yeah, she is talking about being in the class. Full semester, every week, every Thursday. She went to this full-length 34-hour deathhood course. And then right after that, she signs that. What do you think she means? Right after that, she does that whole like, that whole thing, if you remember that. I don't know how much you guys have studied this video so far, but 3:05.
So, the transcription part of her signing, that word right there, I left blank because I didn't know what she meant. I didn't get, and I'm like,
this is the perfect section to talk about then. You change. Oh, that's fine. That's good. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. Any ideas for this? What do you think she means?
Yeah.
Oh.
Even without knowing that even if you're like, gosh, I'm not sure what that sign is. Do you get a feeling, you know, like in English, we hear a word, I mean, there's millions of words in the English language, and there are three-quarters of them I don't know, okay? So we hear a word we don't know in English, and it doesn't tend to throw us off. We tend to still be able to follow what the person's talking about because we use context clues, based on the feeling of the whole message, we get a kind of a feel for what's being discussed. Well, I think they mean this, even though I've never heard that word before. I think they're talking about this. Can you apply the same technique to our second language? And applying that, generally speaking, will help you throughout your entire career, to be honest with you. But in this piece, even if you're not super sure what that sign means, based on what she said and what she's, her facials, her non-manuals, and all of that, what do you think she might mean? Anybody?
When I first seen it, my first thought was, at the risk of being wrong, because this sign means like left out, something's gone. So would it mean something like your emotions getting away from you?
Okay. It comes from what she's signing is
awesome. Awesome.
Well, I would hesitate to label it as that, because you don't want to just see the sign and voice awesome. But it could definitely be voice is awesome. She drops her non-manual and her non, and just signs it like this. So so you are saying emotions out of control, which isn't really that far off. Any other idea? Yeah, go ahead.
Would it be like a powerful emotion? Like a really powerful emotion?
Right. So put that in the context of being this class. So I'm in this class. It was every Thursday for 34 hours. And then, wow.
I started feeling this. Oh, see, I was going to say the same thing again. Yeah.
Go ahead and say it.
No, I was just going to say the same thing. I started feeling this really overwhelming emotion. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's more emotions. It was a lot. It was so, I'll use your word, powerful. It was emotionally powerful or highly emotional. Or if you were to use the term highly emotional, though, you'd have to elevate it with at least inflection. So it was highly emotional. So you're not just, it was highly emotional. You know what I mean? Because she really, really means it. Luckily, with English, we have the power to do that. You can elevate something just by emphasizing it with intonation. Any other ideas? It was powerfully emotional. That's what you said. It was my emotions were running the gamut. Or you could even say something like, my emotions, oh my, oh my goodness, my emotions. And then she keeps going right into it. I mean, it just stirred up. It just felt everything coming to the surface. And so you could even just lead it in with saying something like, oh my goodness, the emotions. That kind of a thing would work too. Any other ideas?
Not another idea, but I realized something. I had a wrong idea about this. I like the idea of highly emotional, but I was thinking she was talking about the whole class, like everybody was, but she's really focused just on herself. Right.
I don't think that would be wrong. I don't think that it's clear. Let me see I'm gonna look at it again and see if she uses a pronoun, but I don't think she does. So maybe it was highly. She doesn't use a pronoun. I'm gonna check one more thing, and that's how it leads up. It's everything about her every week, Thursday, 34 hours. Yeah, maybe just saying it was is more general instead of saying I was highly emotional or I was having this, boy, did my emotions get stirred up? We could say that, wow, was it highly emotional? Oh, that was a highly emotional thing. That's a good point. Okay, I'm gonna close with this last one at 5:23.
Quick.
Yes.
Cool. Could you just gloss that terminology for me, please, so I could just get an actual sign?
It means,
yeah.
I'm going to use words that you'll probably never use intentionally because I don't want you to use the gloss. Out of this world. Out of this world.
I got it. Cool. Okay.
Out of this world. Oh, okay. Okay. So then you can apply that to whatever the situation is. It might be voices unbelievable or awesome or highly or okay. Lastly, at 5:23, she's talking about, she's now like now applying what she's learned. And she says, she's talking about being open-minded and open-hearted. Okay, she does that a few times in this. And then she signs, Deb,
Yeah.
can you put your computer on mute again?
No.
Just because your screen keeps coming up.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. There we go. She signs close, close, weave. So she signs. Okay, so clearly this is when our mind is closed and our heart is closed. Okay. She signs stuck. Okay. What's this sign?
It's kind of staying in the same place.
Yes, 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 yes. So what does she mean by that whole sentence?
I guess if I
Does she? Oh, go
go ahead.
I don't know. Does she mean like if you're not more open-minded and more open-hearted, you know, you're not giving yourself ability or a chance to grow, improve?
I love that. I love that you're not giving yourself a chance to grow, to improve. So you went really far from form, but still kept the message really accurate, I think. In fact, you actually did the opposite. So she's talking about staying in one place, and you said, well, what that means is you're not growing and you're not able to do that. Yeah, I think that's really great. So your interpretation is that with a closed mind and a closed heart, you're not giving yourself the chance to grow. Love that. Any other ideas?
Mine was kind of similar. You don't have a chance to move forward. So it's the same.
Similar. It is similar. It is similar. So you both did the opposite, which I think works really great. I kept it closer. So I did with a closed mind and a closed heart, we stagnate. We stagnate.
That's my word.
Oh, that was what you did? Ding, ding, ding,
That
ding,
was
ding.
my word.
Yeah. All right. Any final questions about that? Any final questions about the video or anything? Voicing in general? No? All right. Well,
I do. Sorry.
Okay.
This whole, I mean, I know I'm probably supposed to know, but can you just like kind of more explain?
You're not supposed to know anything. Your video is frozen though. Say something again. Uh-oh, I think we lost her.
Me?
Yes. Oh, you're back. Oh, maybe. Say something again.
Say something again? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, okay, what was your question?
This whole.
Oh, this. That. So she's using again, very poetic. I've never seen this conveyed in that way, but that's what poetry is, right? In poetry, people use words in ways that we're not used to using words. She uses signs in ways that we're not used to seeing. So she's basically signing this sign, but with all of her fingers this way. And she's talking about how many elements of society that deafhood touches on political, economic, activism, all of these things deafhood touches on. So that's what she's using it. She's using her fingers to mean that. Yeah, you would never see, I mean, it's not something that you have to kind of, once you step back and just look at her message, it's really, really clear. But when you're like, sign, oh, what's that sign? I've never seen that sign before. Then it gets kind of like, oh, it gets hard. But when you sit back and you just watch it casually like I do, it's like, oh, I've never thought to use that sign in that way. Wow. Yeah, it's a totally different experience on the no stress side. I know you guys are like, oh, it's practice time. Oh, why am I not getting this? Oh, and I'm just like, this is fun. So different. It's a lot easier. You catch a lot more when you relax. I promise. Promise. Okay. Any other questions? All right. Take care. Go ahead.
I'm so sorry about the delay. Well, I think it was on when you talked about the video that second day, you said you don't choose videos that aren't hard for you. Is that true? Are these challenges for you as well?
No, I wouldn't pick a video that was hard for me. And let me tell you that sometimes I do find videos that are challenging. I wouldn't be able to help you guys if it was hard for me. I will say though, that I know some people have this expectation of, I have to get every single sign. Like they would say, this sign, I've never seen that sign before. Oh no, I don't know that sign. Where I go, well, I've never seen that sign before, but with context, I can get a pretty good idea of what she's talking about there. Or if there's a little fingerspelled word in there that I don't know, but I know that it's like nothing, or then I'm not gonna fret over that. So I'm not saying that I literally know every single word. It's kind of like if I listen to a video in English, it's possible that there's a part in it that's sh, or there's a word in it that I don't know, but I'm still gonna be able to get a lot. I mean, I'm still gonna understand what the person's saying. So no, I don't find the videos that I select difficult in any way for me to understand the overall message. It's not hard. They're not hard at all for me. But yes, there are like at the beginning of this, that whole sentence that I told you every single sign, I told it to you because I had to rewind that whole sentence. That's why, okay? I was like, what in the, oh, Deptford 101, got it, okay? So yeah, I sometimes do have to, I don't necessarily catch every single thing the first time. But I have to make sure I catch the message the first time or I wouldn't give it to you guys. Okay? All right. Take care, everybody. Talk to you guys soon. Tomorrow morning, I'm posting another video. Take care.